How much they cost online? Whatever.
Shalom, shalom, Yasharala, Hebrew Israelites of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again, I heard the prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. You know, we'll start off first things first, giving our praise glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Federal Hebrew tongues, speaking as the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and GMS. And shalom to sister brothers living this truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. So come out here today to talk about, you know, Esau about to come out with his, you know, diabolical plan, his global reset, you know, and during that time, it's going to be Jacob's trouble. And during Jacob's trouble, everybody's going to be put in that fire. You know, it's going to be a time of, you know, great tribulation and the beginning of sorrow. But us in the truth, hey, Yahweh Shah got our back. You should not be worried like them of the world, because we got protection that was promised us in our book. You know, let me say, you got the precept box.
Job chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 18. For he maketh sore and bindeth up, he woundeth, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yeah, in 7 shall no evil touch thee. Say, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither should thou be afraid of the destruction when it cometh. All right, and we know, you know, that the Lord's elect, you know, whomever be that number, hey, you know, Yahweh outside is going to protect and provide for in these times. You know, it's like saying the time of famine, you know, the time of destruction. All right, the Lord Yahweh is going to redeem the elect. Verse 22, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither should thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shall not sin. That's pretty much the point. Guys, you know, Yahweh outside is going to be that edge of protection for the elect, you know, becoming that instead as the hope for elect, you know, but we understand that we ain't going to be saved by no carnal means. Everything, you know, Yahweh outside going to put everybody in a position where you don't have to faith, you can believe that the Lord is going to, you know, redeem you, or you're not. You know, and hey, that's what's gonna come to. You know, Yahweh Shai gonna test that faith. You know.
Yeah. So if you come in the spirit of the Passover, the Psalm, you know, and you gotta look at the Passover, what it represented. The Passover represented salvation. You know, it represented being preserved. Most High saved our nation back then from Pharaoh. He's gonna do it again in this day and age on a whole bigger level. You know, you're gonna have bigger miracles. You know, the strength of our salvation, everybody gonna be looking crazy, like, you know, why are these men over here good? Like the Ox brother, the precept, they say we should laugh at the calamity when it comes. You know, our forefathers was totally protected during that time, but it's gonna happen again. So we saying, like the Ox said, it's time to keep it in faith. Have it in that Yahweh Shah will provide that protection. Because Esau Edom is surely gonna come with that destruction. He's angry, he's starting to get free. Jake doing good, coming up. Esau don't like that. Esau trying to keep, you know, his hold on power. He's trying to stay in the rulership. And to do that, he has to do what? He got to take down the nation of Israel. They've always done it. Every 40 or 50 years or so, they cut our numbers down. They got to do it again. You know, they already subtly did it with that scenario, you know, which a lot of us didn't go for it. So he got to come with that sword. He got to come, you know, hard body. You can't play around no more. Just like Pharaoh got mad when Moses was leading us up out of there, what did he do? He rounded up his cavalry. He came, hey, coming to thrust us through with the sword. You know, Moses had departed that Red Sea, gave us that safe passage, that straight way that's coming again in this day and age. And I got a precept. It's Psalms 37 to 39. But the salvation of righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And see, that goes perfectly with Jacob's trouble. Because we surely gonna be in them times, man. These devils about to cut off the power grid. You know, your electric gonna get cut off, and everything's connected to the electrical grid. That means no water, no gas, and that devil gonna put you in that position so you run to him. And it's like that's why you gotta be thankful you're in the house of David. You got this truth, because we know better. But the 2/3, they didn't make that covering of Yahweh Bashiach. They're gonna run right to that devil, right to that snare, and they're gonna be caught up in it. You know, you're gonna go ahead and tag it. But us, hey, we're not going for it. And so that's gonna anger that devil. Because he's ready for that trap to be laid, and he's looking for a 100% success rate. So when you don't go for it, he's gonna be like, man, why they ain't came to my, my detention center, my FEMA center? Why they still over there? You know, especially when you look and see Jay burning candles, still got some noodles, still doing good. And they're gonna piss him off. He's gonna call up Alpha Bravo team, they gonna come see about you with guns drawn, them swords right there. And that's what you're gonna need, that divine protection, that intervention on your side. Nothing corner is going to deliver us in those times. That's why we got to look for the salvation of Yahweh Bashiach. You need that cover. That's why the truth is important. And at that time, you can't lose faith. You can't be faint-hearted, get scared, and be like, oh, man, let me go ahead and roll up my sleeve, y'all. You can't do that, man. That shows you were never in the truth from the get-go. You weren't that gold. You got burnt up in the fire of adversity.
Say, those that can say unto them that had derision, So
God,
you can say unto these devils, unto the wicked, and hey, you're gonna be a worst case scenario. This is Psalms 41, and I'm starting at 1, and it reads, blessed is he that considereth the poor, the Lord will deliver him in the time of trouble. The Lord will preserve him and keep him alive, and he shall be blessed upon the earth, and thou wilt not deliver him unto the wiles of his enemies.
Ooh, you hear that? He shall not deliver you to the wiles of your enemies. Now that goes the majority of the elect. You got some people that's gonna get martyred, which really ain't no loss in that. You're gonna rise first during the resurrection. So really, when you got Yahweh Shah as your refuge, it's really a win-win situation. Because the devil can do. Even death can't stop you from getting what you want to receive, the kingdom. And I like that precept I brought out right there. When these devils come for us with their military, he said, I will not deliver you to the wiles of the devil. As I said, you don't know how our salvation going to go. Like, the standard might get lifted. If you're a brother, you might get spiritual power. A chariot might come out the sky, blow up Alpha Bravo team. You might even just turn invisible. He might just shut their eyes. Or blinded with a blinding light. They might get struck with a scourge. Anything can happen. Wild beasts might come through you, just like distracting while you get away. It might be a flock of wolves come out, and distract you so you can make it out. So what we're saying is salvation is coming. That protection is coming. And everybody's about to get tried right now. We're going to a testing time. I notice like people that's not rooted ground in the truth, they're gonna start acting up. Your children might act up, your partner, whoever you with, might act up, things about to get tested. And like people that's not in this truth, they're the first ones gonna bug out because they don't know what's going on. They don't have an idea. So they're gonna act totally off emotion. I know that the emotional vibration right now is fear. Very enraged what they're having. That's why you got a lot of Jakes putting their old ladies to death, their wives, killing their children, things of that nature. People gonna start getting high more often because they got that anxiety coming because they don't know how they're gonna make it. They don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, like you say all the time. We got the light. That's your house shot. So we know the end game. So we're gonna be stable because we got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. 2/3 ain't got it. So that right there, if you're around, family 2/3, they're gonna bug out. But you can't let that make your faith waver. Your faith cannot waver. You gotta stay locked in and trust that Yahweh Shah get your best interest. He's gonna guide your path so you can see your Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shah come.
This is James chapter 1 and verse 12. It says, blessed is the man that endures temptation, For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord Yahweh Shai has promised to them that love him. All right, so if you promise the Lord Yahweh Shai, you know that promise is going to be to you that the Lord Yahweh Shai love him. Okay, so if you love the Lord Yahweh Shai, you'll be able to keep the laws and statutes and commandments. You'll be able to take heed to his word. Okay, so you know the Lord is not slack according to his promise. You gotta
you can guide your feet, man. That lamp right there, guide your path. Wait, well, this is Psalm 140:4. It says, "Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to trip up my feet." Woo! That was right on time. I got the spirit right there. You hear that? To trip up my feet. I just said the Lord is gonna guide our path, man. That lamp, so we can make it through this. But like I said earlier, Esau's looking to trip us up. He's setting them snares and traps. You know, Esau's looking to get you caught up, you know, in a hard position. So when that temptation comes, Esau wants you to choose him. He wants you to come to him for the solution, not turn to your power. Yahweh Shai. You know, Esau wants to set himself up as if he's God of the earth. He running. He don't want you to go to your power, man. He don't want you to be self-sufficient. That's not what the devil wants. And you know, he's looking to clip us up. He the wicked. Esau is the wicked, man. He's looking to take our life, looking to, you know, basically make you bow down to him. That's what he wants.
This 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. It says, "There hath no temptation taken you, but such as common to you, and common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted, but are able." Okay, so even though whatever the snare and trap that he set before you, Yahweh Shai gave you the strength and knowledge to be able to overcome those snares. Okay, and he said, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape. Okay, that ye may be able to bear it. All right, you got it.
And you know what's the way to escape? I'm hearken to mercy. How about outside? I'm gonna get a couple on that real quick. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom cries without, she uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city, she uttered her words, saying, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you out my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Just because I have called and ye refuse, I stretch out my hand, and no man regarded. For ye have set at naught all my counsels, and would none of my reproof." Verse 26, "I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes." So, you know, the word is going out, you know, so another process, not like my brothers, right? Wisdom's crying, you know, in the place of concourse, on the highways and hedges, the highway and byway, all right? And, you know, through the spirit of God, how much outside, we are making known, you know, hey, this is the times we're in, this is what is to come, thus saith the Bible, you know, and, hey, you know, either you're going to hearken or you're not, but you don't want to hearken to this word. Well, it's like it say again. It say the Lord. You know, it say I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. All right, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you. All right, so we don't want to be in that stead where, you know, hey, you know that destruction is coming onto us. We don't. You know, that's why it's very important to use this time that we had now. Make the best of it. As I say, make it tarry, turn to the Lord. You know, what's that? Ephesians chapter 5. Walk circumspectly. You know,
But that's wise.
redeeming the time. Yeah, redeeming the time because the days are evil. You know, prepare for it.
If we're coming into the things of days, you know, he got to roll out his diabolical plan. He got to cap it on off, you know. And you can't say he ain't doing that. We just seen him run a scenario You know, where he made the whole world have to participate in it. And that was just phase one. Phase two gonna be worse than that. You know, they getting you got rumors of war kicking up. So you can't say the days are not evil, not coming up. Then you got the famine coming. Grocery stores are picked over. So you see the famine coming. Like everything Yahweh shall prophesy in this book will happen is happening. That's why he said measure the time diligently in order to know what season you in. And then you got the prophets out here to let you know where we at. You know, we testing the spiritual temperature. We testing like, you know, what time it is. And then we on the watch. We blowing the trumpet. Like, man, hey, Esau coming with the sword. Get ready. This is not the time to be in the spirit of mirth, you know, dancing and making little Hebrew songs and all that in nature and celebrating. This is time to brace for impact and to lock in on this truth.
Yeah, just going off the evil times I was talking about. This is a quick one. Hey, this is for the elect right here, man. That's why the Lord said, "Put on therefore as the elect." Because hey, if you putting on as the world, you're gonna get their calamity, man. Like the brother read in that precept before. Hey, the Lord said He's gonna laugh when your fear coming, and mock when your fear coming. So like you go, loosely paraphrasing, but this is Psalms 121:7, and it says, "The Lord will protect you from all evil, and He will keep your soul." And that goes into the elect, man. The Lord is gonna protect you from all evil. So when that fire comes, you're gonna get tested. So you're gonna feel some pain. You're gonna hit it, but He's gonna keep you from it. Like the brother quoted earlier, he said, "The Lord's gonna make a way for you to escape. Whatever put on you is gonna make it to He ain't gonna put more on you than you can bear." Loosely paraphrasing. And that's what that precept is going into. He's gonna keep your soul in that time if you're part of that elect.
I got one. Ecclesiastes chapter 8. Start verse 4. It says, "Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, What doest thou? So whosoever keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing. And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment." Ooh. And hey, the one Yahweh Shai, for conscious truth, giving us that discernment of the times, the times we're in, and knowing that, but had an understanding, so we are able to understand the judgment that is to come, and it's like, hey man, it's gonna be a time like never was, you know what I mean? It's gonna be bad time. Unless you have that hedge, you have us on our side, man.
I got a quick one to back y'all up. This is Sirach chapter 2. And I'm going to start at verse 1. I'm going to read down to verse 5. And it says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation." Okay, so that's just like the archaeology brought out earlier. We know that the time of trials and tribulations get ready to come. So we're out here telling you that you need to prepare and be ready and call on your Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay, and it says, verse 2, it says, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in a time of trouble." So whenever those time of trouble come upon you, whenever Esau Edom try to bring their sword upon you, he said to make not haste in a time of trouble. Okay, basically call on the Lord Yahweh Shai and be patient because He will deliver you out. He is not slack concerning His promises. Okay, in verse 3, it says, "Cleave unto Him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end." Okay, so once all of those calamities come, and then when the Lord Yahweh shall deliver you out of those, that means your faith is going to increase because He proves to you that He kept His promise. Okay, and in verse 4, and it says, "Whatsoever is brought upon you, take Salaka." It says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate." Okay, be patient. All right, and it says, verse 5, it says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity." Okay, so that fire is symbolic to the trials and tribulations. Okay, so if you hold on to the words of Yahweh Shai and keep your trust in the Lord with all thine heart, then that you'll become an acceptable man, and you'll be able to, give your chance, put your lot in the chance to make it to the kingdom of heaven.
Turn to the Lord, depart not away.
Yeah. Verse 3, it said, "Cleave unto Him and depart but not a way that thou mayest be increased in thy last end.
Hey, we feel to you how much that's the greater power of everything, you know? Yeah, I mean, you got to really have that spiritual understanding that, you know, hey, how you're outside, you know, powers everything, all existence. So what? There's no other greater power than that right there. You know, and that's gonna be the only power, the only thing that's gonna get us through these times. You know, and real quick, Isaiah 65 verse 13. Therefore, there said how power, behold, my servant shall eat, and ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, and ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So again, you know, hey, servants of the Lord, you know, whomever is elect, whomever is putting on as the elect, you know, doing the work, you know, hey, you know, when we a part of that number, but the elect the Lord gonna take care of. You know?
See, that's beautiful right there. That Doctor brought that out right there because he just broke down the details on how the Lord Yahweh outside gonna take you out of the time of the trouble they get ready to come on that place. Wherever they can stop not great. Okay, but he said, "Behold, my servant shall eat, and you shall be hungry." Those are the non-believers that's gonna be hungry. Okay, he said, "Behold, my servant shall drink, and you shall be thirsty." Okay, Luke paraphrasing. See, so all of those non-believers, they're gonna be hungry and they're gonna be thirsty. But if you believe on the Yahweh Shai, it's going to take care of you.
I got a precept to back all that up full circle. This is Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy Yahweh. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will hold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. You know, so that the Most High basically said, I got your back. I got you. And I like how he said it. He ended off with, I will hold you with the right hand of my righteousness. Who sits at the right hand of Yahweh? That's Yahweh Shai. That's the deliverer. That's the savior right there. That's who's going to kick all this salvation off right there. Yahweh going to send his son, Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai is going to deliver the hope we elect. You know, he's going to send out the chariots. He's going to send out the power. Hey, it's gonna like Yahweh's like Thanos. He's going to snap the fingers, and hey, and everything going to be set in place, man. And Esau Edom is going to get ate up alive.
Look, I'm eating the Psalms all day right here. This is Psalms 18 and 17. It says, He will deliver me from my strong enemies and from He will start over Psalms 18 and 17. He will deliver me from my strong enemies and from those who hate me, for they were too mighty for me. So, like the brother just said, he's gonna send Yahweh Shah down. Yahweh Shah said he was gonna he said wait till he gonna rise to the fray. Yahweh Shah is going to destroy our strong enemies. Who's our strong enemy? That's Esau Edom, who got all this technology, who got these missiles, who got all these things to putting Jake putting Jake on hell. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, straight affliction right there. You know, I'm glad you said it. I got a preset that's gonna go right with that, man. You said that. Especially, like I said, we eating out of Psalms. Here goes another Psalm. This Psalm 34:19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord deliver him out of them all. So right there, hey, the Most High just say, hey, man, whatever you're going through, whatever the problem is, man, I got you. I'm gonna deliver you out of all that trouble, you know. And like Kashawn was saying earlier, like this is the power that created everything on earth, you know, the sun, moon, and the stars. You know, you think he can't deliver you from, you know, some humans that he made, you know, and gave them the material to make their stuff. They stuff is low level compared to how about Yahweh Shai God, man. There's nothing for him to deliver you out of that. Absolutely nothing at all, you know. And really, it's his pleasure to deliver you out of that. Because Yahweh Shai is ready to show his power on the earth again. And he's ready to show it in a big, major way. He's ready to make people's mouths drop open. Like, you know, how did that person do that? You know, and the people gonna get it out of belief. Because we're the only ones worthy to receive the power. Because why? Because we believe. The world doesn't believe. The world is caught up in that delusion of Esau, you know, his technology, you know, they can't even see Yahweh Shai because he has blinded them, you know, with his philosophies, with his technology. You know, they're caught up, you know. Only we can, that's why he said, blessed for your eyes for they see, and for your ears for they heard. You know, the hope elect is connected to Yahweh Shai. That's why Yahweh said, I am the good shepherd, you know, and it is my pleasure to give my flock the kingdom of heaven. And for us, if you stay doing the work of the dirt to the end, you deserve it. You know, ain't nobody else believing but us. So now, hey, the Most High, you know, he want to know if you're really about it, man. He don't want no lip service, no talk, you know, all that little Christian plantation Christianity stuff. No, man, he gonna put you in that fire. He gonna see, are you worthy? You know, he gonna put you in the midst of Esau. You know, they do their little mobs, little rallies. You know, you might be setting up with the noose around your neck. They ready to kick the horse off from under you. You know, you want to see, you know, you gonna hang tight, you know, to the end. He want a job. I shot just like what's that? The three holy children. He gonna put you in that fire. He want to see, are you gonna really hold out, or are you gonna give up? You know, this the greatest judge ever. You know, ain't no finessing y'all about y'all shop. And that's what I be telling you now. We gotta lock in on our faith, man. We gotta do it now. That way, when we in that situation, we know why we in that situation. We'll have the courage to stand against, you know, our enemy in the face. I'm bold as a lion. Like, you know, Esau, do what you gonna do. I done told you how about your shot got me, you know. Now we gonna see you test the power, you know. That's what we gotta be like, man. Like devil, try it if you want to.
Right here, this is Shabbat, going back in the book of Shabbat, chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, believe in him, and he will help thee, order thy way right, and he will trust in him. Okay, and they go back to you know, Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not on thy own understanding. Okay, and it says, ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. And it says, ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10, it says, look at the generation of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, Yahweh was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? You got it, Doc.
Yeah, man, that backed it up perfectly right there, man. The Most High base said, hey, whoever that put their faith in the Lord is being, you know, confounded or being forsaken. No, none.
Romans chapter 3, verse 3, for what if some did not believe? Should their unbelief, should their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? They said, God forbid. Yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man alive, as it's written, thou that mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Ooh, but I got one to back that up too. Still got some more. I got one to back go right with what you.
I'll give 5 of them. But if our righteousness commend the righteousness of the Most High, what shall we say? Is the Most High unrighteous who taketh vengeance? As I speak as a man, and say, Most High forbid. But then how shall the Most High judge the world? For in the truth of the Most High hath more abounded through my allowing to glory. Why yet am I also judging the sinner?
Yeah, so I got one with that first before that's gonna go perfect with that. That's a spirit right there. This is 2 Thessalonians 3 and 2. And that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith. But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. So, hey, these unbelievers have no effect on Yahweh Shai, man. They're nothing but missile, pestilence. Like they're made example of why we're supposed to be locked in on this faith, man. They're gonna go perish and go by the wayside. Yahweh Shai is not dealing with them on this side right now because what? They lack faith. They don't believe. If you don't have faith, you know, if you ain't got the oil to get your engine going to even be worthy of, you know, getting salvation or getting delivered. You know, first that's what I said. You got to be a faithful servant. You know, we got to be like Yahweh Shai, like Yahweh Shai. You know, he was totally locked in with Yahweh. We got to be the same way. You know, we don't care if the 2/3 what they believe. You know, I don't care what they do. Pretty much, it's the time to be holy and separate. You shouldn't be around 2/3 too much right now. They're gonna bug out. They're gonna act a fool, and you know, you're gonna see they're gonna be like reprobates, man. They're about to be in their reprobate spirit, and that just shows they are unworthy. But us, we supposed to have that faith, man, because Yahweh Shai said, "I am faithful." That's why he said, "I shall establish you and keep you from the evil. You know, that's him showing that power. That's him showing you, like, man, here's your reward for believing in me. You know, and like I like you right, the precept earlier, looking at our forefathers back then, you know, he delivered them. Why not us? That's the same power.
Said that, I want to read that verse 7 again. This is Sirach 2 and 7. It says, he that fear the Lord, Yahweh shall wait for his mercy and go not aside lest she fall. Okay, lest she fall is talking about those people that really didn't have no faith in the Lord Yahweh. Those are the people, those are the 2/3 mindset. And then when you go to verse 10, jump down to verse 10, it says, look at the generations of old. You got to look at King David when he fought against Goliath. Okay, look at the 3 holy children. Look at Daniel. That's what it's talking about when it said look at the generations of old. Read those stories. Okay, because those are the people that was not confounded and they called on the Lord Yahweh when they were afflicted.
King David was always praying. I always asked him for help with the Lord. I got another one just to prove it. This is Psalms 12, 64 and 2. This is King David. He said, hide me from the secret counsels of the evildoers. Hey, man, who's the evildoers? Man, that's Esau Edom now. Hey, who did King David have in subjection? He had Esau Edom and all these other nations in subjection until you know, what ultimately happened. But finishing off this reading, I'm going to just start it over again. Psalm 64 and 2. It says, hide me from the secret counsels of evildoers, from the tumult of those who do iniquity. And that's Esau Edom to a T, man.
I got it real quick to just back you up with that one, man, because when King David was praying to the Lord, what was he doing? He was calling on his name as well, too. So this is Proverbs 18 and 10. It said, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run into it and it's safe. Okay, so when I brought out that the Lord, when King David was praying to the Lord, he said, hide me from the secret counsel. Okay, and that's what he was doing. He was calling on the Lord Yahweh. He knew that name was going to hide him and he was going to keep him in his protection.
That's why name is part of the doctrine. Name is very important. You know, regardless of what these other camps might say. That's part of the mystery of the kingdom of heaven, was getting the name back. That's part of you coming back to your heritage first, getting back the name. That's what got beat out of our ancestors when they got put in slavery.
That's just another clear example of who the wicked, who the devil is. Because you know what? Hey, he saw he pulled out the names, you know, took the names away, you know, out of the Bible. All right,
They got wicked camps telling our people that you don't even need the name. Got Pastor Pork Chop calling the wrong name, clinging to that, you know, the name that they gave. You know,
he showed the hypocrisy of because you got these other camps, you know, saying you call the Lord whatever, but don't call our leaders outside of His name. You know what I mean? So,
and that's a big hypocrisy, right?
Yeah,
Right. You call Nate something else, they get mad because you call the Most High whatever you want.
They should get mad.
But they say you can call the Most High yo play yogurt.
Yeah, God.
That's what I remember. I seen the little group down here, and I was like something. I said Bishop's name. The dude was like Bishop Opinion. And then I asked him about the names of the Lord. He said, "Who you call the Lord whatever?" But I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they say they ain't got it.
They all on that one street, you know. That's
Man, worship.
at the end of the day, you know,
Yeah, I was just thinking it.
that's how much I got set up, you know. But I got one real quick. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. I'll start verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brother, by the mercy of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service, and be not conformed to this world. All right, and again, how do you conform to this world? All right, by going along with the ways of this world. All right, and like it says right here, it says, "But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." And how we in that process renewing our mind by coming back into the ways of Yahweh sitting outside, hearkening to the words, all right, of the scriptures. They say that ye may prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will of the Most High. All right.
And for edification purpose, I want to get the definition on the word conform. The Greek word for conform is the meaning of it to conform oneself, one mind, in character to another pattern. Okay, so that's the edification purpose. So when he said, "Be not conformed to this world," it basically saying, "Do not conform do not conform your mind in character to another pattern. Don't conform your mind to the patterns of this world." Okay, so that's it for edification purpose. All right, and then he said transform. So when he said transform, basically transform is basically immerse your body. Read the book of Psalm 119 and 9. He said, "How can a young man please his own way?" Okay, he said, "By taking heed there unto thy word." All right, so when he said, "Be not conformed to this world," and transform your mind, that's what he means. Get into the scripture.
I got one back. Y'all go right in. This is 1 John 4:4. Ye are of Yahweh, little children, and have overcome them. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. You know? So, hey, that shows you how about y'all shine greater than whatever, you got in this world that Esau done conjured up. You know? How about y'all shine is heavenly and spiritual. Esau is earthly and carnal. Everything he got is low grade compared to what our power got.
Want to back that up. First Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31 said they use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passed away.
This world about to go away because Esau's the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of that follow. So that's why when I read the precept earlier, hey, you can't conform to this world. You got to forsake this world. And like the Most High said, he said, because you got your high by shall shine us, that's the kingdom of heaven already in us, having this truth. He said that right there is greater than what's in the world. It's greater than what Esau got. That's why Esau is trying to set this truth off so much. Because once you got it and you got the understanding of it, hey, he lost one. There's nothing he can do now. Even death, even if he put you to death, he can't stop you from receiving the kingdom of heaven. It's over with. You know?
I want to back you up. This is Jeremiah 1:19. They will fight against you, but they will not overcome you. For I am with you to deliver you, declares the Lord.
Ooh, you hear that? Hey, he will fight for you. And like you said, like they went praying and have this I read earlier. You got your shot, you're gonna overcome this devil. Everything you got, this truth supersedes everything he got. You know? Because this stuff is low level. Like I said, his kingdom is falling apart because it was low level from the get-go. Because he a fool. He doesn't have wisdom. He don't know how to rule. That's why his kingdom's been destroyed. And why would you, like his kingdom right now, like the Titanic. Why would you be on the Titanic when you have a shot to put you on the lifeboat?
All he's so good at is just creating a distraction, illusion. He do enchantments like, I don't know.
They got the destruction. Like a warlock, man, ain't nothing but a whistle. Now you got little enchantments.
That's why, we was all in the world one time, but, man, the water was outside. I come out of it.
And that's because the spirit in him is greater than this world, man. That shows we got the spirit of Yahweh shall shine us. After a while, we was thirsting for him. When you thirst for Yahweh shall shine, you're going to automatically come out the world because you ain't going to like the world because it's not of his covenant. You're going to look at it with like a side eye, like, man, this is a wicked, ass backwards ass kingdom. It's like my French, but I mean, you just see stuff like, what the, you just can't roll with it, man. It's like it don't fit you.
It's like that precept got earlier. Be not conformed to this world. And that's where you have the 2/3. They're conforming to the ways of this world, to the ways of the wicked. Say hand joined hand, wicked is not being punished.
That word conform goes into being, following the pattern. So that's what the Esau, that's like the alcohol would bring out. The 2/3 are natural born followers, so they're gonna follow the patterns of this world. Okay, but the true hopeful elect, they're gonna come out of this world, and then when all of these people that follow the ways of this world, they're gonna afflict you because you're out of this world. They like you don't belong here, so they're gonna treat you like you don't belong here.
You ain't following the mass. You ain't keeping up with Jones. It really makes them feel bad. When you're doing righteousness, it makes them look at their wickedness like a murder, and they're like, man, maybe I shouldn't have did that Solomon. Right. Maybe I shouldn't have kissed on that dude. He did right and he good, but I done did this and now I need drugs to sustain myself. dang, he did right. He don't need drugs to be right, man. Then they get mad because you did right. It's like crabs in a bucket. They want to pull you down to their level. Like
he's removed from the power of Albert Shad, therefore to be the devil that he is. Hey, he trying to get everybody else removed from that power.
Yeah, he got the 2/3. They done drunk their juice. It was nasty. They made a bad decision. Us, you know, we putting on righteousness. We stable, we cool. They see us and they get angry. They know they made a bad decision. When they in the group amongst themselves, they feel good. Like everybody does. You know, everybody feel like boo-boo. Y'all on this side of me. So I'm cool, but
you can't judge me, I can't judge you. That's
exactly. Yeah. But when a dude comes through and he ain't partaking in that, no, he ain't did that. You know, now I feel some type of way.
And that's just like the scripture said, like, well, you can't judge somebody if you ain't got yourself together. You can read Matthew chapter 7 on that. Okay, but all of those wickedness, those 2/3, they can't tell nobody to get right when they ain't right within themselves. So they would rather be that comfort them. You know, the ways of the world, they bring that comfort to them.
They're home and sick. Yeah. They love sickness. Like pigs being in flock pile, you know.
And what the scripture that talks about that when a pig wash a pig off and then they go right back to the mud to get all money again.
God.
You can't really that. You know,
they belong here. That's how they conform to it. They accept that. We didn't accept that. You know, we like a lion looking all majestic, cleaned up, and they see that and they feel bad, man.
Having a lion having a very comb.
Yeah, he's about to looking majestic. They looking like, you know, I'm all muddy, like, you know, and they look at you like, how dare you?
Right.
Be looking all magnificent and in your glory. And I'm over here all dirty. So then they try to convince you to come in the mud. You tell them, hey, my Lord said not to. Then they go deliver you up to whoever, you know, in power. Like, hey, man.
I want to say that the Brother Reverend, the wicked are reserved until that day of judgment.
I got a question right here too, cause I read a precept that's similar, but because you know he said, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." So these are the things that we expecting. So when we follow the ways of Yahweh Shai, we expect all of these things to happen to us. Okay, so therefore this is First Peter chapter 1 and verse 6. It said, "Wherein ye greatly rejoice." Okay, so when we being afflicted by this world, we should rejoice because we know that we're going down the right path. And it says, though now for a season, if need be, ye are inhabiting it through manifold temptation. Okay, manifold temptation, that means temptation on top of temptation. Okay, and Yahweh said it himself. Okay, he said, if the world hated you, just know that it hated me first. Okay, Luke to paraphrase. In verse 7. And it said that the trials of your faith being much more precious than of the gold that perish, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at appearing of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Okay, so when we get to the trials and we get out of there, okay, we're gonna have it just like the scripture said. He said, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearance of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Okay, so when Yahweh Shai get here, we might be found with that glory. We might be found clean unto him. We might be found acceptable unto Yahweh Shai. Yeah, I got it.
I got one kind of go with that. Say kind of the saying. It's Proverbs 2:11. Discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of evil man, for the man that speaketh froward things. So hey, that's like
he said discretion shall deserve thee right here. That's basically taking heed unto the words of Yahweh Shai. Okay, because another precept to go into that, what discretion means is being 1 Peter 5 and 8, and being sober, being vigilant, because the devil, your adversary. So when you have discretion, you know who the devil is, you know what type of trap that the devil get ready to place upon you. Okay, so it's going to preserve you. Okay, so when it says the devil, your adversary, as the roaring lion, walking by seeking whom he may devour, you know what that devil get ready to do. So you're able to walk away from that. You're able to avoid the pitfalls of that. There's another precept to go hand in hand with that, what he said, the prudent man shall foresee the evil come and hideth himself, but the simple is passed on in our perish. Okay, so the simple-minded people or the 2/3 that's not going to pay attention to that enemy. They're not going to look too well. They're going to continue on with the ways of this world and disregard what the enemy is doing. Okay, they're going to sit here and go along with the mandate, just a lot of the 2/3 did. All right.
They don't want to go through that straight narrow way.
Yep.
You know, like some of the other apostles down like my brothers, they went a straight narrow path. You know, sitting down the fall of battle on the grave. You know, making known the prophecies where it's going to pass. You know, and yeah, just
read that precept again. I was pointing out touch
Scripture shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaks forward things.
It says speaks of forward things. So they're gonna be talking all kind of shit, turning people against you. And I got a precept to go with it. This is Isaiah 54 and 17. No weapon formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment shall be condemned. This is the heritage of the saints of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord.
And that was fire. That's a lot of precept right there. Man. They said, hey, no tongue. What they say against you, if you lock in your house by outside, that stuff will fall by the wayside. Because Yahweh outside said, my righteousness shall preserve thee. So us being righteous, been locked in on this, man. We ain't got to worry about, like we were saying earlier, what the devil got to say, what the 2/3 got to say, or trying to tarnish our character, or he doing this, he doing that.
That demonization of the
decriminalization, demoralizing them, basically throwing down our character, man. This for righteousness' sake.
I got a certain one.
Man.
Hey, because this is what it amounts to right here. You know, Matthew chapter 24, verse 24, the words of Hashai say, for there shall rise false Christs, false anointed, all right, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. The key words, if it were possible. All right, so you're going to have an elect, the Most High, elected Yahweh Shai, that are not going to be deceived through the spirit of power Yahweh Shai. There's nothing these devils can do that's going to work for the elect. You know, hey, Lord will, we are that open number. Lord will, Yahweh Shai give us the strength to endure until the end. You know, but
the reason why we're not going to be deceived is because we are taking heed to this knowledge. We're taking heed to this truth. I got a precept that back up what the Oxy said, because they're gonna talk a lot of shit. Just like the Oxy said, they're gonna talk a lot of shit just to try to bring us down.
I got one of those perfect Sean brought out. The reason why we're not gonna be deceived is because of 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. So they go to precept brought out earlier. We have understanding and we got discretion. They say they're gonna preserve thee. We know what this devil about to do. Therefore, we're not gonna fall for his snare. We see him setting the trap. So I ain't gonna fall in the trap and I see the devil setting the trap. Plus, Yahweh Shai said you was gonna set it. So we're gonna navigate right around there through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shai. So they put more.
I got two of them. I'm gonna do the paraphrase one of them. There's one in Proverbs where it says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. And they that love it shall eat the fruit that up. All right, I think it's definitely like Luke's paraphrase. I know that's in Proverbs, but I want to go into the details of the power of the tongue. This is James chapter 3, and we'll start at verse 5. It says, even so, the tongue is a little member, and it boasts in great things. Behold, how great a matter and little fire can kindle. So that little tongue is talking about the ways of the media, okay? How the media preserves, the so-called black man, how they always putting the black man on, they had the game bangers, prostitutes, and so on and so forth. It started with the little tongue and spreading of the woman, okay? And then it said verse 6, and it said, in the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity, and iniquity is full of sin, okay? And it says, so is the tongue among our members, that is defiled the whole body, okay? So that goes into that peer pressure that defiled the whole body. Like if you have a friend that might be trying to entice you to get some drugs or something like that, if you're like, man, hey man, it's only one time thing or something like that. But they speaking to you with that forked tongue. That's what the media does as well. Okay, and it said, and it's set on the fire, the course of nations, it is set on the fire of hell. Okay, so that tongue, whether it be good or evil, it can lead you to the destruction. Whether if it's evil, somebody speaking to you with a forked tongue, or it can bring you positivity to your life. But you got to be able to make discretion, just like the Oxy brought out earlier. You got to be able to discern between what's good and evil. You got to.
And to do that, you gotta have what? You gotta have the wisdom out to understand. You gotta have these scriptures. So you know what's acceptable with your Yahweh Shah, what's not acceptable with your Yahweh Shah. This devil out here, he's finessing. Basically, he trying to say, what's that? Bitter for good.
Yeah,
He trying to say wickedness is good. It's okay. You can do that. It ain't bad.
More than him that calls good evil, and good good.
And so Esau Edom is the wicked man, because he the one pushing it. This agenda he pushing. You got the LGBT stuff going out real strong right now. They're trying to make that righteousness. But you can't make that right.
And then the crazy thing is the power of the tongue, where they got that media where the gas prices is rising up right now. So they're trying to blame it on Putin. But in actuality, if you do your research, we only get 3 to 4% of the gas that's from Russia. So there's no reason for the gas prices to go up high. So all that ain't gonna do nothing but bring a lot of more crime over in the street as it is. I had a customer on the route that got her on my route. They got her gas stolen out of her vehicle while she was at work. So that's another thing.
I heard they were doing
that. Yeah, they doing that. All because of the power of the tongue. They're trying to blame. They twisting the narrative.
Trying to put everybody in a hard situation.
Exactly.
So you'll choose Esau.
Yeah. And it always start with that power of the tongue right there.
And here's I got one
right to agree.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of man is fully sentenced to evil. Just because you have much outside reaching out and touching everybody for all their wicked acts, and everybody just falling after the ways of Esau, falling after the ways of the world, but hey, how much outside, hey, you don't bring forth that judgment in time, acceptable.
And see, the remedy is keeping that righteousness. There's still decency here. That's what got this devil pissed off, because he does not have to sway over the entire world. There's still a remnant here that's keeping the laws and commandments, keeping the righteousness of Yahweh Shah. So that shows his spirit is still here. It's here to the elect. That's why he's going to seek to try to destroy the elect. But this Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy Yahweh, it is he that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. So we got to stay locked in on our power right there, Yahweh Shah, that he has our back. And you can see that already. He done blessed us with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That right there in itself is power. Because the whole world drunk off the Babylon too. How we wake up? Why we ain't drunk off of it? That's power right there. We ain't got no means of influence. We ain't got no economic power, no seat on no UN seat. We heard lowly and the poor and meek. But yet here we are able to withstand the wiles of the devil through the word of Yahweh Shah. So his word is that powerful. So imagine when he flexes that power through the physical. He physically put the power in brothers, giving that spiritual power to establish the laws and commandments right here on earth, which is going to happen. That's Obadiah, I want to say 1:21, when the saviors come down to judge Mount Esau. Because Esau, hey, it's Esau's last call for alcohol. This devil done. His whole system done. His economy through. His little finesse system is through. Propaganda is through. The truth is having its way now. It's whooping this devil. All this stuff is failing. Infrastructure going down. Bridges collapsing. That's his system right there. This mug is falling just like ancient Rome. So all we gotta do is stand steadfast, be bold as a lion, and declare this righteousness, man. And look at this devil like I dare you to touch it. And he said, in Luke's paraphrase, he said, touch not my prophets, or do my prophets no harm. Yeah, touch not my prophets no harm. Like, hey, we flexing on this devil now, like, hey. That's it. The narrative is not with us. We got the truth. You know, we narrating this Bible. He ain't got it no more. Everybody see he a liar. He got heathens calling him out. You got his women calling him out. You know, that's when you know you done. When your women turn on us, turn on you, you done. Used to be our women was against us. Now we got women coming into the truth, getting in order. That right, that's power. Cause they can go be a harlot. Everything can be given to them. They forsake. They want to be righteous. So hey, we got the winning seat. The devil's done. Esau is done. So-called white man is done. He's at his end. You know, righteousness is now about to have his way. Yahweh Shah is on his way. Yahweh Shah on the way. All we gotta do is hang on. We at the tail end of it.
Hebrews chapter 3 verse 12. Take heed, brethren, lest there be any of you least there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief and the part of living past. So, you know, we protect ourselves, you know, and build up the faith, you know, and it's all a gift to have inside. In the times we will come into the tribulation. Hey, that's gonna you know, then you're gonna have to you know, stand firm in the belief in how much you're outside. You know, and these promises and these words. All right.
This is Matthew chapter 10, and I'm gonna start at verse 26. It says, "Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known." Okay, so all these things, so Esau was being made bare. Okay, and now eventually, since nobody is going along with that lying narrative that he puts out in the media, he got to bring forth that sword. So Yahweh Shah said, "Fear them not." Okay, and in verse 27, "What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetop." Okay, in verse 28, fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Okay, so they're telling the difference between Esau and Edom. He's nothing but a man. All he has power to do is to kill the body. But we're telling you to don't fear him. Fear Yahweh Shah, because he has the power to kill both body and soul. Okay, so it's much more better to fear Yahweh Shah, because he can take you out of this world, but he can also bring you right back. Okay, if you read Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 39, when he said, "I killed and I make alive, and I healed and I wound." Okay, all right. So you know all of those things. That's why we should fear the Lord, the Heavenly Father, the Most High, and not man. Okay, because he's the ultimate power. He's the one. He created all of this. All right, y'all got it.
Isaiah 45, verse 7 says, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things." You know, the Lord, how much outside, I control everything. You know.
I'm gonna back it up even further right here. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 39. He says, see now that I, even I, am he, and there's no God with me. Okay, so that goes what all of these other gospel that treating it, you know, the so-called Jesus Christ and all of that. There's only one power, and that's your house, and his name is your house. Okay, and he said, "I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither there's anything that can deliver out of my hand." So how about Yahweh is able to keep a promise? So he can't nobody keep him from having and making and breaking that promise. Okay.
This is Psalms 91. I'm gonna just read down until it don't fit no more. Let's see. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snares of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor from the arrows that flieth by day. And we already know what them arrows are. That's them nuclear missiles. I could have broke down the whole thing, but I'm just getting points. Nor from the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor from the destruction that waits at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thy eyes should thou behold and see the words of the wicked, because he is because he hath made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. Thou shalt surely Thou shalt not no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For thou shalt give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy way. Thou shalt bear thee up in thy hand, lest thou dash down foot against the stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lions and adders, and the young lions and dragons shalt thou trample underfoot. Because he has set his love upon me, I will deliver him and set him on high, because he has known my name. Yeah. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. From long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. And that just broke down the whole lesson that we just did.
Great protection, man. Can't get no plainer than that right there, man. That's covering all grounds right there. You know, so.
Oh, that's a quick thing to add. Like, for most people in this world living, you know, to make a gain in a worldly sense. You know, hey, we to the script outside. We come to the conclusion that, hey, through the Lord, hey, we're gonna keep it afloat, but we focusing on that hereafter. Lord will, we can part of open number.
The scripture said, "Store your treasures in heaven, not on this earth."
Another piece that I just thought about, the whole duty of man is to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. So that's the whole point right there. We ought to hear to serve the Lord. How about our time? Nothing else.
Because we're looking for the kingdom. We're looking to be in the kingdom. We're not looking to be in this world. This world is filthy. That's why he said, "Arise and depart." But it's not our rest, man. It is polluted. We're looking for a clean, righteous, harmonious kingdom that comes with Yahweh Shah. So we're looking past this place. That's why we're not conforming. We're conforming to the kingdom that's to come. We're getting ready for what's to come. We're in preparation. That's why this book is really this to prepare you for what's to come. Preserve you, feed you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, give you the directions, the government. That's the government right here. I said we know the new rules in the kingdom. So we getting ready for that. We're not going to perish with this place. This place is about to go.
It's just all temporal,
Exactly.
And it shouldn't be hard for you to see that, man. Like all of the ways in this world, it only leads to death. You got the drugs, the ABC, that alphabet agenda, that don't bring forth life. And if you think about the ways of the how about the outside, it brings forth life. And the ways of this world, it brings forth death.
Abortion.
Yeah, abortion, all of that.
Broken homes.
Right.
Gas lines underneath the house. You know what I mean?
All of that. GMO food, all of that.
Ain't nothing but that, man. Hey, it's a blessing. Building society today. Man,
and that lets you know through all of this filthiness, how about you deserve to elect right there, man. Through all of this filthiness. If you really think about it, with all of the filthiness going on in this world, I mean, we shouldn't even be alive today, man.
There's more ways to die now than in the ancient world. That's what Esau did. He invented more ways of death.
But the valley of the shadow of death.
Exactly.
God, it's better than can't put it no plainer than that. So, if that been said, hope it's been edifying. Want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadai,
Kwam Yasharala wa Baba.
They keep the faith. Yahshua, Shalom to all the Akim, Aqua from